Show, podcasting around the Beltway and beyond. Real fun DC, starring Kelly.
How you doing, Kelly Cullis? Happy Thursday. What's going on?
I'm roasting is what it is. I'm basically just roasting. The weather is just insane. I can't believe, and it's going to be like the entire country. This is like the top story.
I would. Because I sweat like a 900-pound man, and also I'm becoming a little folklorally challenged, and so those things. I was thinking like
anyone can.
a fedora. I didn't even think about a fedora. A seersucker suit.
That is not true. Seersucker suits is like a rite of passage here in DC. You see them all the time.
I guess so, but unless you're like working for a member from, let's call it Kentucky, no one takes you. Okay, South Carolina
You're
too,
so
maybe.
Judgy today. Also, what about men that get to wear the dead of winter and women have to run around in little dresses? See?
Women don't have to run around in little dresses.
Well,
Kelly.
you don't have to wear a suit tonight. You're a DJ. Why do you have to wear a suit?
Ooh, you harpooned me
Be
in
who
the heart.
you are. don't try to dress up just because it's 40 under 40. Half the people that are being honored are hipsters and are not going to be wearing suits.
Don't step on my gown, okay?
Great. Whatever.
We got a lot to cover this morning, including a fun little birthday shout out to Kimmy, one of our faves, one of our Tommy Show family. Said the F word. I apologize.
That's okay.
We just want to say thank you for being with us. And Kimmy gives us incredible enlightening moments and wisdom. She's just sort of our like owl. If this
play it.
If this were Winnie the Pooh,
Play it.
Kelly, it's boobs. It's boobs, Kelly.
That's Kimmy.
like when we were discussing on the calculator 80085.
Right. I had to visualize what that is.
Kelly, it's boobs. It's boobs, Kelly.
Have a wonderful birthday, Kimmy. Thanks for getting involved and being fam.
Yesterday we were talking about the Emmy nominations, and of course Game of Thrones was taking the lead with, I think, what was it, over 30 nominations?
A bajillion, yeah.
And we're learning a little bit more today. First off, supporting actress, and I'm sorry that I missed this yesterday. There's 4 nominations from Game of Thrones for supporting actress. Maisie Williams.
Arya Stark.
Not today.
Yep. Sophie Turner, of course. And those two, BTW, are like best friends in real life. Lena Headey,
Yeah,
who plays
Cersei.
Nominated herself. HBO did not nominate. Some restrictions that HBO could only do so many nominations, but she took it upon herself, or her publicist, or whoever, and did it versus HBO.
Brienne of Tarth has been getting screwed since season 3.
Yes.
I feel so bad for her, and even the way not to go down the Game of Thrones like vortex with you, but even the way her character ended, and like the story ended for her character.
Yes.
It was just like ugh.
I know, but heartbreak makes you stronger.
I guess.
But the odds are, for people being nominated, one of these ladies is going to get from Game of Thrones, because then there's only other 2.
I don't think so.
Why?
I think none of them are going to win because I mean it's like polling and voter map, right? If you have 4 people from the same show, they're going to split the vote 4 ways, and someone who's got one from a show is going to get in there.
I don't agree with that, but it's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you're a Emmy voter and there's only a certain pot of those, the Game of Thrones vote's going to be split 4 ways. And then the Ozark vote, who won't have a popular majority, is going to win.
okay. Well, we'll find out in September when it all comes down. Last night, Tommy and I had a great time, and we want to alert our Tommy Show family of something really cool that's happening in DC.
A video game pop-up bar opened up yesterday. The esports Levels Unlocked. So the same place that does the Game of Thrones pop-up bar
Yes.
and the Christmas pop-up bar on 7th Street and Northwest. If you're in the DC area, you probably heard.
You walk in there, and it's like an assault on your eyes.
There's a whole Smash Brothers bar, and there's Pikachu cups.
Yes.
You should just know this, millennial hipster Instagram friends. Pikachu mugs. You can drink cocktails out of Pikachu mugs.
It is kind of amazing.
That is one thing you should just be warned about and be aware of as you go into your weekend today.
It is sort of a hipster fantasy land when you walk in there.
It's absolutely awesome. And it was cool. Events DC worked with the drink company to make this pop-up. We got to hang out yesterday with some of the NBA 2K guys. There's the whole like basketball NBA 2K, the virtual professional basketball league. They have like a section of the bar, and all these video games come to life. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
It is really cool.
Plus, we get to play video game music.
Get you in the mood. Well, speaking of hipsters, I don't know if you heard this story. So excited to talk about this. So Vita Fitness down by the Navy Yard decided that they were going to get involved in the whole goat yoga phenomenon. You need to get the screaming goat. We should grab the screaming goat.
Yes.
Anyways, this is the goat where you kind of do namaste, and goats are kind of roaming freely, and maybe they get on top of you, and they're very friendly.
I gotta ask you though, like if this is what goats sound like, how is this calming?
I agree. I'm a big yogi, and I'm a little bit of a purist. I don't really get the whole animals while I'm trying to like focus on my
Yeah.
breathing and all the other things. Anyways, so they had 8 goats, a total of 8 goats. So that equivalents to like about 30 people to do goat yoga. 500 people signed up.
Wow.
And they were in a little bit of a crisis mode, so they just got more goats.
Oh.
And then they started realizing that they were going to beat a world record.
A goat record?
Yes, for goat yoga. Of
Okay.
how many people doing goat yoga with the goats. This was all going to happen at the Navy Yard. Okay, right for the ballpark. Now, they're saying because of the weather, this is supposed to happen on Saturday since it's supposed to be so hot. They have now rescheduled the goat yoga for later in September because it would be too hot for the goats to be doing the yoga.
Don't goats live outside?
Yes. The whole story is just a little bit bizarre, and there are a lot of question marks.
Vita Fitness down in the Navy Yard has that like really fun pool upstairs. They should have done the goat yoga around the pool, and so they could have had goats in the pool.
That would have been a whole new record, I guess.
I've seen hairier, scarier things in that pool, so I feel like that could work.
I would love to hear from anyone if you've ever done goat yoga. Did you find the screaming one?
I found the screaming one, but I'm not sure if it's the right file that we want to have for the screaming one.
Okay, we want to make sure it's clean.
Yeah, hang on, let me try
That's
it.
probably a good thing. We can move on to the next story and come
Hang
back
on.
to that. Yeah,
there it is.
I still love that video. It still makes me laugh.
Can you hear it okay?
No. Right, it's a real goat that makes that noise.
Yeah.
So that's the goat that's screaming, not a human. Does not get old. Does not get old. My kids love that video
The
too.
things that make you laugh.
Because it just...
Bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yes, he is working on It's a Wonderful Life, a reboot of it with a musical score that's all updated. It's the same. He's collaborating with the same guy who did Rocket Man, the Elton John story.
Okay.
Paul McCartney, he's got a daughter who's a very famous designer. Like, let her get the headlines.
Oh, Stella.
Yeah, Stella.
Wait, that's his daughter?
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're a moron. Yes, that's his daughter from the first wife that died, Linda. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And she always hated wives.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause they were
Which wife was missing a leg?
they went through a very nasty divorce and they had a kid together.
Yeah.
What was her
a young
name?
kid.
Yeah. I don't remember her name.
If you know which one of Paul McCartney's wives was missing a leg, hit the open mic button, or you can hit the call us live button and get involved this
But
morning.
It doesn't
See,
do it for me.
This is where I'm worried about people like him and like Cher and like Diana Ross. They need to keep working because I think some people, when you stop working, they die. Like you always hear about that kind of stuff too, right? Like even regular humans, like Earl worked at the factory for 70 years and then he quit and like died the next weekend.
Okay, I obviously don't want Paul McCartney or any one of those people to die, but
I don't think.
I don't know. I'm kind of over the whole thing.
And he's like sassy fun Beatle now. I feel like in the 90s and like the early 2000s, he was just like being like Sir Paul McCartney. But now he's like, Kanye and Rihanna, you want to do a song? Sounds great. Let's do that.
That's right, that happened.
Yeah. And he like goes on like Jimmy Fallon and like Stephen Colbert. And he's just like, he's like a funny guy.
See, I just remember him doing all those duets with Michael Jackson.
He did duets with Michael Jackson?
We are learning a lot today. Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, that was the thing.
Was that a remake of that? Because that wasn't the original Ebony and Ivory. Those two, was it?
I think so.
Right. If you know which of his wives was missing a leg or about that song, hit the open mic button. We'd love to hear from you this morning.
I think they did, and then they did another duet. The Girl's Mine. I'm blowing your mind today. Okay, well, we're going to go down we're going to have a little history lesson about Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had so many more things. I'm glad we're having this discussion now while he's still with us, Kelly, that I can appreciate Paul McCartney for all of the things that Paul McCartney has done and brought into our lives.
Maybe we need to bring him into our rotation.
That's true. Playing a little like Love Me Do. And also Time. That was a weird Paul McCartney.
The Wings?
Yeah, he had a band called Wings.
He did?
I'm teaching you so much about Paul McCartney this morning. I can't believe you don't know about that. Yeah, post Beatles, he was in a band or had a band called Wings.
Are you sure about
I'm really positive.
the rabbit hole? But we did.
I honestly only had like a brief peripheral knowledge of him, so I am in over my depth. But if anybody wants to chime in on the call us button or the open mic button to help us out with the Paul McCartney situation we've seemed to have gotten ourselves into, we would love to talk to you next.